Hey everybody, it's Joe. I'm holding the camera today just because why not? Let's change it up a little bit. Today I'm going to talk about why I lost my train of thought just now. Such a fascinating conversation, isn't it? No, I'm going to talk about the new logo. You guys have seen a new logo on the channel. It's a little more curvy. It looks more like a chain. The idea of the P on top of the U, I liked it because it makes it look like a chain. In the old one, the P was, I literally just put it was a quick one I made. I put the P and the U on top of each other because it looked like the U looks like the bottom of a chain. Now the P looks like the top of a chain, but that was not how it originally was. The P was blocky, and I literally just typed out a P and a U in a specific font. I think it was Mr. Eves. I typed out a P and a U, and I put them on top of each other in Adobe Illustrator and merged them and did a little slight bit of magic. This time, though, I did a lot more magic, and it's a little bit of a hidden image that you don't see unless you're really looking closely or unless I tell you. So I told you. It's like a broken chain. That's what I'm going for. And with the new logo comes focus. I like to have this channel, everything resonate for me. I like having the feeling that I'm on a path towards creating content that is helpful. And I'm a perfectionist when it comes to clarity. I'm a perfectionist when it comes to wanting to feel like I'm on the path towards something. And that's something that you have to keep up yourself. That's one thing I'm realizing is that I have to keep up the passion. That's energy that I put in. Energy that I put in, I get out. It's not something that just comes to me. There's a sense of I want this YouTube channel to provide direction for me, but it's less than that. It's more so. It's more than that. I said it's less than that. Talking off the top of my head and getting my words crossed here. It's more than that. I have to provide value. I have to try hard. It's like when you run at first, you have to put effort into your feet, into your legs, into your propelling of your body. And if you don't do that, you're not going to get anywhere because it takes effort to get going. I have been waiting for my channel to give me direction at times. But what I understand and realize the more I create videos is it's not something that you just wait for it to come. You have to create it. You have to put the effort in for the feeling of direction to come to you. It's not going to just, you're not going to just sit back and be motivated. You're going to have to motivate yourself. So, it's a little abstract there. A little ungrounded. But it's important information and useful. Because you guys might have your own thing you're trying to do. You might have your own goal. And you might, hold on, let me change the camera. You might be struggling to find motivation. You might be struggling to find direction. You might be struggling to feel like your goal is fulfilling for you. And there are a lot of times where this YouTube channel, I love it so much. But expecting perfection and expecting just to be handed fulfillment and handed excitement every single day is a bit of a tall order. I read The War of Art recently, which is actually not what gave me this insight, but I realize now that the war of art is saying the same thing that I did by Stephen Pressfield, and he came across the same thing. It's funny, I didn't even realize that it's the same. Maybe it helped me in my subconscious listening to it, because I listened to it over a week and a half ago, and I forgot that I had listened to it. But it's less to sort of quote the late President John F. Kennedy. It's less what can your goal and your mission do for you, and what can you do for your mission. You can't sit back and wait for your goals to give you direction and motivation and fulfillment. You have to put energy in. And so for me, there was a time when I first started the goal, and this is usually how it goes. You first start something. There's a time when I first started the goal of this channel and creating content in general, way back in late 2015 with Chocolate Chip Cookie Joe. There's a blog that I created, and names changed several times. It's what it is now. It's the Seeds of Passion Unchained. I had hooked up with somebody at Rutgers, and it was very unfulfilling, really bad sex, and I couldn't go to sleep, so I went into a cafe of some sort. I think it might have been a Dunkin' Donuts. And I was having pork roll. Very Jersey thing. Only Jersey people will know what the hell that is. I was thinking about pork roll and egg breakfast sandwich. And I had my laptop with me. And I wrote an article. I don't remember what the article was about, but I remember that the photo I used was a sunset. Really gorgeous sunset. And it was at chocolatechipcookiejoe.wordpress.com, which does not exist anymore. You could check it out. You won't find anything, or somebody else might have taken it. And it was amazing. For a long time, for maybe like a year, I got so much pleasure and passion just out of writing. But nothing is an endless well of motivation. Nothing is. You have to find it within yourself, and sometimes you don't even have motivation. You have to do it anyway. That's what Jung would call the energy of, Carl Jung would call the energy of the warrior. The necessary thing you have to do is to just go. Just keep going. The soldier. You just have to keep going even though you don't necessarily know why. You don't necessarily know if there's going to be anything out of it. You have to be like the Nutcracker, like the Energizer Bunny. Just keep going and going and going. Partially, that's part of what has to happen if you want to create something. And it's been tough for me to come to terms with realizing it's not all sunshine and rainbows, even when you follow passion. It's not all sunshine and rainbows. There are times where you don't want to, where the thing that gave you passion is now frustrating. And I did everything I could to try to change that, to try to be like, okay, well, how can I change this to make it passionate again, to find the passion again? But it's clear to me now that there are always periods in which the things that once gave you passion no longer give you passion, and you have to keep going through them. Kind of like if you're on a road trip, sometimes there's a flooded out section or traffic. Sometimes there's traffic on the road if you're on a road trip. You're still going to get there, but not every moment you enjoy. There's still shit that happens. Maybe you go to a hotel and there's no vacancy even though you'd made a reservation. They booked your room to somebody else. That sucks. Or your car breaks down. It's still a road trip. You're still going to get there. You're still going to have a good vacation. But there are times during your fun vacation that are shit. Because shit goes wrong. I think that's a great analogy. So, my words of encouragement to you are one of stoicism. And understand that there's nothing you can do to avoid pain, loss of passion. And that is a freeing concept once you understand it, once you accept it. Sure, do what you can to maximize the amount of passion and motivation and excitement that you get out of creating your goals, creating your business, your content, whatever you do. But at the same time, understand that it's okay if things aren't sunshine and rainbows and tap dancing 100% of the time, because they won't be. And if you expect amazing things out of life, you will get them, but you can build a life that is I would say 75% amazing. But even people who have lives that are amazing, they still feel bad sometimes. They still have shit days. They still feel unmotivated. They still don't want to do things, even if they have an amazing life. No amount of amazing life can completely erase bad days. So all I'm saying is maximize the good days, maximize the passion in your life and your motivation, but also don't be a perfectionist about that. You're hurting yourself if you're like, every day has to be amazing and every day I have to feel 100% motivated, because that's not going to happen, and you're just going to hurt yourself in the process. So cheers, and hope this helped you out with your life guidance and stuff. And subscribe if you like. If you like this content, share. And I have my lens and the camera in the description and affiliate links. If you like the quality of this lens, it's an awesome lens. It has some great bokeh. I'm moving it around so you can see the difference in focus between me and the background. It's very nice. It's a great camera. I love it. It's very sharp. The lens is really what makes this content awesome. And you can buy it yourself if you like. I love this camera. I would suggest it to anyone and everyone. I also have my microphone set up in the link in the description. All my equipment. I get a little cut. It really helps me out. I want to start making money from YouTube to the point where I can pay all my bills from YouTube, and in the process make more and better content, because I'd be doing this 100% of the time. So if you feel like you want to get any of these supplies, go ahead and click the links in the description and buy it from Amazon. And cheers. Bye.